The Galactic Empire's warships blotted out the stars. Entire sectors trembled under their shadow, and countless species bowed before their will. For millennia, their strategy had been flawless. Descend upon a new world, demand surrender and tribute, and watch the terrified inhabitants comply. When the fleet arrived in Sol System, it was supposed to be another routine conquest. Admiral Croth stood on the bridge of his colossal flagship, eyes gleaming with cruel satisfaction. Another primitive world, he hissed, his voice resonating through the command chamber. Transmit the demand. A communications officer tapped the console. A message blasted across every frequency Earth could hear. People of Sol 3, you face the might of the Galactic Empire. Surrender and offer tribute, or be destroyed. Silence followed. Empires usually enjoyed the stunned cries, the desperate pleas. But this world gave none. Instead, one human voice cut through the static. Calm, cold. A single word. Run. The bridge grew tense. Croth's mandibles clicked. Run? Did they just tell us to run? The officer replayed it. Yes. No begging. No panic. Just one word, spoken with chilling certainty. Croth snarled. Ignorant Death World primitives. Their defiance will be crushed. The human response. On Earth, the message had been deliberate. The United Terran Command had gathered in their underground war bunker, watching the massive alien fleet on holographic displays. World leaders didn't argue or panic. They already knew what to do. Transmit the response, General Alvarez had said. One word. That's all they need to hear. He understood what no alien empire did yet. Humanity wasn't new to war. Their history was a tapestry of blood, fire, and survival. Empires rose and fell on Earth long before the stars were within reach. Every attempt to subjugate humanity had one thing in common. It ended in ruin. First engagement. The Empire's ships began their descent into Earth's orbit, charging weapons powerful enough to scorch continents. But as they fired, something unexpected happened. Their beams scattered harmlessly against a shimmering web of satellites that humans had quietly armed. Impossible, barked Croth. Their technology is centuries behind ours. How did they anticipate? Before he could finish, Earth retaliated. Swarms of missiles, hundreds of thousands, streaked from hidden silos, submarines, and orbital launchers. The Empire laughed at first. Missiles were primitive compared to directed energy weapons. But these weren't ordinary warheads. Each carried adaptive guidance, decoys, and hardened armor designed specifically to break through superior technology. They split, multiplied, dodged, and struck with brutal precision. Entire wings of Empire frigates lit up the void in violent blossoms of fire. The bridge of Croth's flagship rocked with the shockwave. Officers screeched in disbelief. They're tearing through our fleet. Croth gritted his mandibles. Then we show them true power. Deploy ground troops. Burn their cities. The ground war. Drop pods rained from orbit, slamming into Earth's surface. Towering alien war machines, armored infantry, and bioengineered beasts surged onto the battlefield. Entire armies that had crushed civilizations were unleashed. And yet, the humans did not cower. They did not scatter. They fought back. In the ruins of New York, a squad of human marines dug in. When the alien mechs advanced, humans used terrain, improvised traps, and sheer audacity. Tanks rolled out from hidden garages, drones swarmed skies, and guerrilla fighters struck with hit-and-run precision. Empire soldiers expected easy slaughter. Instead, they met predators who had been honing the art of war for thousands of years. One alien commander reported in a panicked voice, "Admiral, they do not fight for survival. They fight for victory. Every human fights as if they expect to win. Humanity's secret." The Empire soon realized their gravest mistake. They thought Earth was isolated, primitive, weak, but humanity had quietly spread further than anyone guessed. Colonies in the asteroid belt, research stations on Europa, mining bases on Mars, hidden fleets patrolling the dark edges of the system. And when Earth called, they answered. Dozens of human-built warships, crude compared to the Empire's sleek designs, emerged from hiding. But what they lacked in elegance, they made up for in ferocity. Bristling with weapons, reinforced with stolen tech, and piloted by crews who treated combat like second nature, they fell upon the Empire like wolves among cattle. The Empire's perfect war machine was unraveling. The turning point, on the flagship, panic spread. Officers begged Croth to retreat, but his pride held him in place. "They are vermin," he roared. "They cannot withstand the might of the Empire." Yet at that moment the comms officer gasped. "Admiral, incoming transmission. From the humans." The bridge fell silent. The same voice as before, calm, steady. "We warned you. Run." Then, across every Empire ship's display, a flood of human history appeared. Images of countless wars. Spears clashing, cannons firing, trenches filled with smoke, tanks crushing cities, bombers setting skies aflame. And finally, the mushroom clouds rising above Hiroshima and Nagasaki. A single message followed. "We are humanity. We do not kneel. We do not surrender. We endure. If you remain, you die." For the first time in centuries, the Galactic Empire's officers felt fear. Collapse of the invasion. Ships began retreating without orders. Frigates broke formation and jumped to hyperspace. Captains unwilling to face a species that embraced war like an old friend. Croth's flagship stood alone, surrounded by the growing swarm of human vessels. He tried to rally, but morale was gone. His officers abandoned him, fleeing in escape pods. As human warships closed in, Croth realized the terrible truth. This was not conquest. This was a death sentence for his arrogance. The last thing he heard before his ship was torn apart by human firepower was that same human word echoing through his shattered comms. "Run." Aftermath. News of the failed invasion spread across the galaxy like wildfire. For the first time, the Empire's image of invincibility cracked. Species long oppressed began whispering of rebellion. And at the center of it all stood humanity, small, young, underestimated. The galaxy had thought them prey, but they were predators, survivors, warriors without equal. And every empire, every conqueror, every tyrant now understood a single terrifying truth. You do not demand tribute from humans. You do not threaten them. You run.